Hello everyone, I Rahul Tripathi, faculty of MBA department from Technical Institute of Advanced Studies. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on future of international business. Business leaders must balance two apparently conflicting objectives. First, they must secure the prosperity of their own companies. This remains a CEO's prime responsibility, and it has become much harder in an era defined by lower growth, impatient investors, geopolitical uncertainty, and rapid technological change. Second, they must secure the conditions for sustained prosperity, which requires a more inclusive model for global economic integration and technological progress. To achieve those ends, we propose that business leaders support a new agenda comprising 7 areas of opportunity. The agenda goes far beyond political activism. It attacks root causes by committing to sustaining an inclusive model of economic growth. This action will entail making unfamiliar and uncomfortable choices, including balancing short-term returns with supporting economic and societal progress to strengthen enterprises for the long term. So these are the 7 areas which we are going to discuss one by one. First is shape the next wave of globalization. Business leaders can take an active role in shaping the next phase of globalization by looking beyond cost-based offshoring and emphasizing the benefits of trade and technology across a wider geographic and demographic base. Second point is support entrepreneurial business growth. Several decades of economic progress have resulted in a concentration of economic activity in larger enterprises and a decline in startup activity. Depending on how we harness it, further technological progress could either exaggerate or ameliorate this divide. Third point is leverage technology from front to back. The effects of technology on human depends on how we choose to develop and use it. If businesses leverage it from the back office forward, focusing mainly on the increasing efficiency and optimizing internal processes, then our use of technology will result in the displacement of labor. We will miss opportunities to enhance values for customers and to create new jobs and improve people's lives. Fourth point, invest in human capital. An increase in the dynamism and diversity of business environments means that people must adapt their skills more quickly. This includes their ability to take part in the production as well as the consumption of new goods and services. Fifth point, broaden access to the basic goods. We produce in order to consume, yet across to some fundamental goods or services in our economies is too restricted because prices are prohibitively high. Housing, education and healthcare are just 3 well-known examples of basic goods that have substantially increased in price over the last few decades, leading to unequal access. What's more, the poor in our societies often face higher prices for comparable goods and experience higher inflation. Access to basic goods could be improved to broaden access to economic opportunities. Sixth point, rebalance and align rewards. People's sense of self-worth and happiness is closely linked to the nature of their work and their relative earnings. This is especially true when we consider not only wages and benefits but also career mobility, merit-based recognition and the intangible value of people's purpose in work. Seventh point is revitalize society through a social business mindset. Business needs to remain deeply embedded in society to positively affect it. In fact, business can create solutions to society's most fundamental problems. Take long-term and youth unemployment as an example. In Europe, numerous business-led initiatives address to this hard-to-crack issue, working closely with the public agencies and thousands of volunteers and employers. These initiatives offer structured labor market reintegration and skill-building programs. So friends, I hope you understand the concept of future international business. Thank you very much.